Hi guys, and welcome to the Vintage CB Radio Shack. A very big welcome. This is a new channel, and when I find the remote control, there we go. This is a new channel, guys, and it's completely and totally dedicated to just lift this up a bit. I can't go any higher, guys. The bloody battery and the bloody thing's down. I'm gonna have to order some batteries in. So let me just lift it up by hand if I can. No, it's as much as we're going to get, I'm afraid. Right. Have we got any more of these batteries knocking about? I mean, that one's been in it years. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we managed to get a bit out of it. Turn the computer on. Right. So what we're going to be doing on this channel, guys, it's going to be CB radios, and the occasional ham radio will slip in. Like, I will do reviews whenever I buy a ham radio. I'll do reviews on it on this channel. It's predominantly going to be CB radio. You know, vintage stuff. Like this old lady here. Like this. This is probably as old as we want to go for vintage CB radios. This is from the 90s. So that's about as far as we want to go on vintage CBs. We don't want to go much newer, because then they become not vintage. But I will have a look. You know, I will actually work on radios right up until about 2000. I won't work on anything newer because it's all surface mount components. So I won't be doing those. I won't be doing those type of repairs. But I will try and advise where I can, and see what we can do. We're just waiting for the computer to come up, and when it does, we can then learn about this picture. I don't want to learn about this fucking picture. I just want my computer to come on. Basically, guys, I'm going to have to go into Andy's vintage first. There we go. And then change the channel to this one. So yeah, thank you, Julie, for the coffees. That's always appreciated, honey. You know, you're always welcome, you know, into my channels, into all of them. Everybody is, though. You know, I'm hoping that we'll get a good subscriber count on this channel pretty soon. I mean, I'm hoping that it goes up. You know, I will explain about the types of tools that I use. This bench we're going to try and keep for doing radios, but I will actually have to do record players occasionally on here. But we're going to get bench 2 sorted out. We might even do radios there. I don't know. Might move the stuff do radios on there. I don't know yet, guys. I'm not fully sure how I want to do it yet. But this, I tell you what, this bloody computer's taking its time today. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. You wouldn't believe how grateful I am that you've actually decided to boot up. I want to switch channel. Switch account. Yeah. Because I want to go to the vintage radio, the vintage CB radio shack. See how many people are in there. Right, how many is watching? I don't know. Are we even live? We should be. Are we even live? Don't know. Oh, hang on. Some vintage electronics there. Your channel, yeah. I'm on my channel now, and I'm live there, and got one watching. Started 6 minutes ago. That's all right. Yeah. So basically, guys, what we're going to be doing, you know, it's going to be CB radio all the way on here. It's not going to be, you know, we're not going to have record players, tape recorders, general receivers. They're for the other channel. They're for Vintage Electronics Repair. Anything to do with CB, and I like sprinkling of amateur radio, because I am a licensed amateur, so I can actually use amateur equipment with no problem. So we may set up a call in here, maybe, and just set one up in here for amateur radio use occasionally, but we're not putting one up outside. We're only having pardon me, guys. We're having a, what do you call it in here? We're having a serial signal keeper in the workshop for CB radio use. You can still do the usual things that you do when you come into the channel. You can still chunder amongst yourself. Nothing like that will change while I'm working and while you're watching. You know, you can all talk amongst each other, that kind of thing. You can tell me what. I'm hoping to attract, as well as the same people, I'm hoping to attract other people as well. People who use CB, people who are into CB. I'm hoping to attract that sort of person into the channel. Hopefully, we don't know, but hopefully, and we'll talk about different mics and different radios. You know, talk about what was good, what was bad. What you should, if you're looking for a vintage radio, we can advise you on that. You know, what to buy, what not to buy, what to stay clear of, how much to pay roughly. I mean, you can pay you know, that'll probably be the first program. We'll probably get a selection of radios down and get them on the bench, clear the bench off, get a bunch of radios down, and show you guys, you know, what to buy and why I think it's a good radio, and why I think you should have it, and why, yeah, and why not. You know, that's what we're thinking about. But we've also got we're currently at the moment, guys. If the video's a bit jittery, I do apologise. But we're currently at the moment, while we're talking, we're uploading stock. We're uploading videos to, you know, not stock, it's content in it. We're uploading content to the channel as we speak. And we've got all, because of what I'm doing, I'm moving all the CB radio videos, including the live streams. I'm moving all those over to here. So, you know, anything to do with CB radio, I might forget the odd one. You don't know, do you? You might find the odd one still over on the other channel. Because I might, obviously, you know, it's hard. I've been doing it for years, and it's hard to find absolutely everything. We're not sure if we'll be able to do any live from the phone in the shack, because to use a mobile device, you've got to have 1,000 subscribers, unless you go through the rigmarole. Unless you go through the rigmarole of providing your phone number and a photograph, which is what I will do, so that we can actually do it live if we want to use the phone. But we'll be able to do it live in here anyway. We won't need to go in the shack. We'll be able to do it live in here, and because we are having an aerial put up, so that we can have an aerial in here, so we can talk in here. I don't really like talking on the radio in here, but you know, so many of you over what's that? So many of you over the past have said to me, oh, it's Chesterfield Charlie. So many have said to me over the past, you know, can you do a video where you're talking? I've just got to send me address to Chesterfield Charlie. He's lost it. Yeah. Give us a minute, guys and girls. I'll be a minute. That should do him. There we go, guys. But what we want to do, we charged up there. No, we leave that on charge for a bit. Yeah, what we want to do, guys, we want to try. You know, what we want to try and do is do, you know, you know, so I don't know. What we want to do, we want to try and, you know, keep, you know, do as much on the channel. Pardon me. Keep as much of the, as many of these old radios going as possible. I mean, because these old radios now, guys, are all starting to die, and you know, I mean, they're actually, I mean, for what they are, they're pretty bloody tough, really. I mean, I say they're starting to die, they're not really. You know, they're pretty tough for what they are, but there's a lot of parts that you can't get. I mean, like the PLLs. A lot of them PLLs ain't made anymore. And the manufacturers that did make them, the companies that made the chips, as soon as the CB craze boom, as soon as the boom died out, they stopped making the chips pretty much. Mitsubishi, we'll go over things like fakery and stuff, like fake 1969s, and you know, the 2SC 1969 and the 2SC 1307. They're the two that I found that are faked, and I've had them and they've been faked. They've not worked. You're lucky to get 5 watts out of them, if. You know, and they're supposed to be like a 20-watt transistor. We'll be talking about all that. I mean, there's other channels that talk about that. There's Graham over at Microchips. He's a very knowledgeable guy. He's more knowledgeable about this than what I am. And you've got Richard over at UKCB Radio Servicing. You know, he's been a two-way radio engineer for many years. He's a very experienced and well-respected engineer. I know him personally, and I've even done work for him in the past. So jukebox work when I was doing the jukeboxes years ago. But you know, yeah, that's basically going to be what the channel's about, guys. It's going to be about radio, CB radio, a bit of amateur radio, not too much. I mean, if I buy a new set, then I'll do a review, you know, and I'll let you know what I think of it and that kind of thing. I'll never buy a new CB radio, because new CB radios are not my thing. The newest CB radio I've got, and it is fairly modern, is a Superstar CRT 6900. I've got one of those. I've also got a lovely old lady up on the shelf up there, which I'll bring down and show you all, which is a Tristar 747. They were a lovely radio, them. I mean, they were basically they were basically made by Cybernet. They were made by Cybernet, and I think they did 2 versions of it. I think they did the Tristar 777, and I've also seen a Super Tristar as well. And the one I've got does 5 watts on AM and FM thereabouts, and does a bit more, does about 10 or 12 watts on sideband, and it does about 10 or 12 watts on sideband, and you know, but that being said though, this power supply I've got, let's move this radio off the bench here, this little kernel, let's move him, because because he's been repaired and been tuned, and he's been done. He's been done and he's working fine. Yeah, we're happy with him. He's working lovely, and he's got the original factory mic. So we'll just wrap him up for now. He's got the original factory mic as well, and that's what you want to see, guys. You want to see, you know, when you're buying a radio or considering it, just put him there for now. You want to see things like originality. You know, you want to see that, you know, let's get the Tristar down. What was that noise? I don't know, wasn't me. Right, let's get this off that radio there. Something's scratching it. Right, let's get this down off the shelf. This is the Tristar. I bought this, guys, because I like the Tristar. And I borrowed one years ago from a friend who's no longer with us, and I just like the radios. You know, I just think they're good. I just think, you know, for what they are, you know, they're basically a good all-rounder. You know, they're you know, they do the job, they work. You know, in fact, they do better than their job. We're not going to go through the frequency and everything on this, we've done that. We're just going to plug it in. We've only got one watching. We had two before. Where have you gone? Get back here. Running away. Right. So we need to find a mic. None of them are there, the Cybernet ones. That ain't either, that's Uniden. Got to be a bloody Cybernet mic up on here somewhere. Let's turn the power supply on. There's got to be a Cybernet mic up here. Right, that's DNT. That's 5 pins, so that's not going to work. And that's a new DNT one, which is 5 pin. That's never going to work either. But there should be, what's this coffin mic? Tristar. That's the mic for it. Why did my camera go blank then when I did that? I hate fucking shit like that. I mean, why is it fucking playing difficult, giving that much interference? Right, so what we'll do, we'll find out where to put the clarifier. I want to find out actually if the clarifier moves, if the clarifier has been unlocked on this, I don't know. Right. So basically, guys, we're on. What are we on? What are we on here? What are we on here? We're on channel 12. We're on channel 20. Right. Tone high. I know we're on AM there because we've got no fucking noise. Yeah. Turn that down a bit. There we go. So what we'll do, we'll find the zoomer inner, wherever that is. Where's the remote control? That's not it, thought it was. Right, we're going to tidy the workbench in a bit as well, because we've got a load of shit on here. We only had the remote last night, there it is. So if we zoom in, we can probably zoom in, try and zoom in on the meter and see what this thing actually does do. We'll have a look together, guys. Where's the... If it doesn't decide to die, I'm going to order a new battery for this. Wrong way. Right, we can all see that meter from there, can't we? Can we? Let's try and go up a bit. There we go. That's it. Oh no, you've gone too high. There you go. Try and come in a bit. There you go, guys. You can all see the meter from there. Right, so shall we pick the mic up? We're on channel 20. We're on high band. That's high band. And we're just over 4 watts, which is about right. So if we go to mid band, it's about the same. We'll go to low band, usually a bit lower on there. No, it's about the same, it's not bad. So we go to AM, we can look at our AM swing by put it back onto mid band, put it into AM, turn my knob on my dial to AM depth. Now radio, that doesn't give you fucking much, does it? Hello. Have a look at the carrier, set carrier. Let's try that. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Hello. That's not bad actually. It's you'd expect a bit more modulation from that. It should be a bit higher than that, I think. But yeah, you'd expect a bit more than that. Anyway, if we go to SSB, one, 2. Hello, 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 hello. 1, 2. Now we'll go to SSB power. Go to RF power. There we go. We should Yeah, it goes up to about just under 10 watts. 9 watts. 9 watts we're getting out of that. It could do with the, I think it could do with the AM mod turning up a bit, because that does sound a bit like there's not a lot there. Go back to AM. Hello. Hello. They don't do anything, them knobs. Well, they do, but they don't do. They do what they're supposed to do. There's not been any modification put on them anywhere. But that's it, guys. That's just. Let's go back to it, give you a look at it. But that's the Tristar, and it is bang on frequency. This, it has been checked. I mean, there's a guy called, I believe it's a guy called Nicky who did this, but I don't know for sure. You know, just what Graham at Microchips thinks, and he's probably right. But let's move back. But that's it, guys. We're going to be doing this sort of thing. I mean, what we'll probably do, we'll probably work out a tone. What I'll probably do, I'll probably make up a dummy mic socket with a couple of leads coming off it. So we can feed, we can feed a constant tone in for the modulation and stuff. But the AM modulation, I think should be a bit more than that. I've got AM radios that swing. The Colt 444 swings further than that. Sure it does. Anyway, but you know, that's how it's been set, so that's how we'll leave it. But let's just come down onto the old bench. There we go. And if we zoom in, do you know I haven't even used this radio yet, guys? I bought it and I haven't even used it. I haven't even enjoyed it yet. I will do though. I will do. But there we go, you see, guys. That's a nice radio. And that's how CB radios should be. You know, they should look like this even today. You know, let's put my hand under it. Let's make sure it don't fall off the bench. There we go. You know, it should look, all CB radios, guys, they should look like this. You know, they should look like this, or the Superstar, or the original Superstar 6900, 3900. That's what they should look like. Yeah, how much current does this thing draw when you key it up? Have a look. Let's put it back into. Let's put it into FM, because I can imagine this drawing quite a bit of current, to be honest. Because it's a bloody big radio, and this hand power supply of mine only does 1.7 amps. It draws. What does it draw on SSB? Two amps. Do it again. Hello. Yeah, 2 amps on SSB. Which is actually the power supply's limit, because I think this power supply is only a 3 amp. But if I turn this off, the current should go down to nothing, which it does. We're back on again. But yeah, these are good radios. I mean, I bought this off a bloke, but he had 2 of them, and I went for this one, and really I should have gone for the other one, because he had two of them, and they were both exactly the same, except one was nicer, one was in nicer nick. So I should have gone for that one, and they were the same price as well. But yeah, it does. It does do just under 5 watts. I think that's about right for it, to be honest. Because I know Microchips has got one that does 15 watts. Does 10 watts on. I think it does 10 watts on AM. 10 watts on FM, I think. But I think that. But that being said, guys, I think they're a good radio. I like the Superstar. I like all the Cybernets. I'm a Cybernet fanboy, guys. I always have been. I've always favoured Cybernet over Uniden. I mean, to be honest with you, when it came to Citizens Band Radio, there was only really 3 makes. There was only 3. We're not talking about individual companies here like Rotel, Fidelity. I'm going to talk about the companies as a whole. And the 3 main CB radio companies, there was only 3 really good ones that made components like boards and stuff for CB radios. They made the boards for them. There was Cybernet, which I think was the best. There was Uniden, which came in second, and there was Maxon. Maxcom, sorry. There was Maxcom, and Maxcom came in third. Maxcom were responsible for all the Midland Precision series, 2001 to the 2003, 4. And I think Cybernet were responsible for the big Midland home base, all the Rotels, 2 of the Fidelities. They were responsible for the 1000 and the 2001. Although some people say Cybernet didn't make the 2001. Yes, they did. They were responsible for the Amstrad 901 and the 900 and all the Mustangs. Basically, guys, if you bought a Harrier CB and you bought a Rotel 220, you got exactly the same radio, just with a different front on it. It was exactly the same radio. No difference, just all that was different was the badge on the front and the plate on the back that said what it was. It was the same radio. The Fidelity 1000 and 3000 base station and the 3000 base station, they weren't anything to do with any of the companies I've mentioned. They were made by a company called Great. Not Great because the stuff was great because that was the name of the company. The stuff back in the day was seen as dire. Dire, terrible. But that being said, we'll come back to the camera. But that being said, guys, can I zoom out a bit? My big fat face in the frame. Ow, it's too early. You can wait for a few minutes. There we go. But out! There we go. But the companies I've named, The free, like I say, then you got your rubbish. Then you got your rubbish, like your DNTs. They were dire. They were terrible things. DNT M40s and stuff. I've got two of them. I've got one off the Mildred and I've got one up there that works. The one I got off the Mildred, will I repair it? Probably not, because there's no value in it. I mean, I can't even sell the one I've got. Nobody wants it. You mention it, and you mention a DNT M40, people have an accident in their underpants and run away. They don't want to know. Nobody wants to know the DNT M40 or the B40. The B40 stood for base station, and all it was an M40 with a power supply nailed on the back. Because I stole the transformer out of one, because I've got a Midland which is over at Microchips at the moment, having the SSB tuned. Because I haven't got the stuff for doing SSB. I will acquire it. I will acquire stuff for doing that, but at the moment I don't mess with USB. I only do AM and FM. And yeah, this radio here, guys, this is very similar to a lot of the Cybernet radios of the day. It's very similar. It's basically the same radio as what that Marco was that I sold to Microchips. It's been pretty much the same radio. As I say, I don't know whether the clarifier in this has been unlocked to work on transmit as well as receive. I don't know. I'll need to look at it. I need to try it. Pepsi, guys. Yeah. I think the place I get my takeaways from, I think they only do Pepsi because that's all you ever seem to get. I've got hiccups and all. You know, but that being said, guys, it's, you know, CB radio is a fantastic hobby. You know, it's cheap, it's easy to get into, you know, you don't have to pay for anything once you've bought the equipment, it's all free. You can use AM and FM and SSB in certain areas in this country now. A lot of people tend to go on triple nickel. Triple nickel is illegal, but people do go there. And I don't blame them, I go there occasionally. Not been for a while, but I do go. You know. I remember once I went on it, and some trumped up fucking amateur radio operator before I did my licence. Now you don't need, let me make one thing perfectly clear, guys. Whether you hold a amateur licence or not, you can go on 555. Well, you can't, but legally you can't. But if anybody says to you who's licensed, oh, you're not allowed on here, you just turn around and say, well, neither the fuck are you dopey fucker. Because it's illegal. 555 is illegal. Somebody was supposed to get a petition going to get it made legal, but is it worth it? You know, they don't police it anymore. You know, it doesn't put out any interference. They've got no argument really now. Because CB radio doesn't interfere with digital devices the way it used to play havoc with analog stuff. It doesn't do that. You've got to be doing something really bad and something really wrong if you're going to interfere with somebody's Sky system. You got, you know, somebody's telly these days. You've got to be doing something bad. I mean, but back in the day, it could be avoided. All you had to do was make sure that your CB aerial was above the TV aerials, a few feet, about 6 feet above, and it never bothered anybody. Then you could be on high power for as long as you wanted, all day. You could go on high power and nobody would bother you. Yeah, if you sat in your bedroom with a DV27 on a biscuit tin, you'd interfere with the whole damn street. But the queer thing was, I used to interfere with that with half the avenue we lived in. Yet it never affected my parents. You know, and the television was in the same house. It never did. It never affected our television. But it affected the neighbours either side, and I think a couple of others. And that was on AM. And then when I got an FM set, I went legal. The cunt next door, Wilf Coates, the twat, fucking still complained. You know. So, you know, told me to go on low power. I says, fuck off. That told me to get lost. Anyway. Oh. Yeah, I think we're still going to consider. I think we're still going to continue our tradition of a Wednesday night off, guys. But we're going to try and get on here every time we get a radio in. I've got an itchy leg. Don't you hate it when you get an itch in a place you can't bloody reach it? Right under your leg. You can't bloody reach it. And it's still fucking there. You know, but that being said, guys, you know, we're going to be coming on every time we get a radio and it's turn him off. This is hopefully Christine. Cup of coffee. A cup of coffee. Yes, it is, and a biscuit to dip in it. Absolutely. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to leave it there. Hey, Christine. I'm going to leave. Has Laura gone to work?
No.
She's going to end up getting the sack.
She's got that bug out, what I have.
Yeah, I thought there'd be. She didn't have that bug last night when she was chucking that takeaway down her throat.
What's all this, Andy?
What's what?
All this bag.
Oh, I'll tell you about that in a minute. Let me just end this stream.
Has Scratch had his dinner?
No, give me his dinner. No, I'm going to do it in a minute. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll be back this way when we get a CB radio in. I hope you enjoyed the new channel, and thank you very much for coming in. I mean, I only got one watcher today, but then again, it's got to get round, hasn't it? You know, once the channel permeates and people notify, you know, people put the notification bell on. You know, click the notification bell, guys, and select everything. Select so it tells you everything, and it'll tell you when I'm on. I'm leaving it there, guys. I'll catch you later. Thank you very much. Bye for now, and like I say, welcome and enjoy the new channel. Bye for now, guys.